I'd been meaning to make this video for a little bit now, and after going to watch this speaker, his name is John Maxwell. I went to go watch him speak over the weekend, and it inspired me to make this video. So one of the things that I took away from what he was talking about was doing a gratitude experience. And the way he explained the gratitude experience was, you know, do something that reminds you of where you came from or how far you've come from in your humble beginnings. Or, when you get to the place you want to be or the level you want to achieve or a task you want to accomplish, do a gratitude experience to remind you of the work you put in to get here, and to never let success, to let, achievements get to your head. And I really, really appreciated that. And, to be honest, I was getting a little teary-eyed at this, conference while he was speaking, because I was like, this is hitting me really, really hard and very deep with me, because I had just finished Ramadan, and I was like, really feeling appreciative of the fact that I did something that I'd never done before, which was super great. And, all the surprises that came with doing Ramadan and realizing, how amazing of an experience that was. I went to the mosque with my friends after the 30 days of fasting. They call it Eid, and I just learned about that as well. And, we went to the mosque to pray, and I don't pray. Well, I meditate, so I guess that's a different form of prayer. And getting to witness and be a part of the Ramadan experience and Muslim culture was super inspiring and enlightening. And it just made me feel super, super humble. And, a couple days later, I go to watch John Maxwell speak, and he's talking about his humble beginnings, from a small town to now becoming, a world-renowned author and speaker, and he just talked about, it's important to remember where you started, and the work you put in, and to remain grounded, and how important that is for everybody. And I'm trying not to cry, because while he's talking about this, I'm thinking about like how lucky I am to even be in that moment to listen to him speak about something that whole week I had been feeling, which was gratitude, and it started with just like with the ending of Ramadan, and we had a big dinner and just ate good. We ate good. We eating lamb. We eating mad chicken, all kinds of amazing Arabic dishes, and I was just loving it. And then we got surprised with money, guap left and right, cash, money left and right. Boo boo, if you see this, you know what I'm talking about. And I was just like, I just came here for the lamb and the chicken. I didn't know money was going to be attached to this. But, and I say that to talk about this because I lived in truth for the entire month and stuck to doing, the fasting. And I just came, they were like, my friend Boo Boo was like, hey, we're going to go to the mosque on Tuesday. You should come with us, just to, you did the whole thing, so you may as well come to the mosque with us and pray. And so I go up on, Monday night, I think it was Monday night. I go up, and no, it was Tuesday night I went up, and then we went to the mosque on Wednesday. And Tuesday night we're eating good, and then we just getting surprised with cash left and right. And I was like, listen, I just came here for the food, but this is great too, and I'm just like feeling super happy, because I was like, one, I just ate so much good food. Number two, I just got a bunch of money. And that led to me getting 2 new yoga mats and a bunch of books. And anyways, fast forward, I I go to see John Maxwell speak, and he's talking about the gratitude experience, and I'm trying not to cry because I'm thinking of how far, and amazing my life has come. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, how lucky am I, one, to be adopted, and to be adopted at the right time, you know. Had I gotten adopted at 5, I don't know if I would be the same person, because, like in Ghana, I was roaming the streets, I was just roaming out and about, like, and then I go to the orphanage, and then I get adopted at 10 years old. So, my mental makeup was pretty much like 80%, 90% done. At around 10 years old, in my opinion, you just start getting coached through life. The discipline and all that gets instilled early. And then it becomes about you developing yourself at some point, like around 15 is like you kind of start to develop yourself, And I'm thinking about, Ghana, and I'm thinking about the fact that, like, I'm so blessed to be in America, and he's talking about gratitude, and I'm just trying not to cry because I'm like, what more could I possibly want right now? There's nothing else I could possibly want, I wake up, I have a job that I love to go to. I love the people that I work with. After work, I get to work out. I get to come here to the yoga studio and do yoga, and I also get to serve a little bit and clean the studio on Wednesday nights. And, on Monday, which is 2 days ago, I'm doing my taxes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have the wrong W-2. I have last year's W-2. So I call my boss and I'm like, hey, do you have my W-2 on hand by chance? And can you email it to me? And she's like, yeah, I'll send it to you. You're lucky, Josh, because the accountant just sent me all of them digitally, so I can send them to you. And I'm finishing up my taxes. I'm happy as hell because I'm like, okay, I'm getting a pretty decent amount of money back, which will help me pay off my probation for Denver, which means I can be done with Denver probation by August, and then I pay off my restitution for El Paso County, and I'll be close to being done with all of my probation. And then I can move on, whether I go to Hawaii, whether I go out of the country to go do my yoga stuff and to learn to surf and to just live in a different environment. And all of this is hitting me as I'm finishing my taxes, because I'm like, oh my gosh, my life has been a series of perfect timing. Like, everything the timing of me going to jail was money. It was money because I was in a place where I was kind of lost, or I'm, maybe I wasn't lost, but I needed to sit down and rebuild the house, rebuild the whole house. The foundation is good, Josh. I was like, the foundation is good, but the house you built, it's not good anymore. You let a bunch of storms hit it, hailstorms, you didn't take care of it. The house is molding, it's breaking down, it's crinkling. Build a new house. So go to jail. You're not thinking straight. You're not treating yourself well. You're not caring for yourself. And it was like, I don't know if had it come any later, I don't know if I turned out as well. Or maybe opportunities don't come to me because it happened late if I went to jail any later. And so I was thinking about that, and I'm thinking about, it's a good thing it happened early in my life and while I was still young. Not that I'm old, but I was 22. So I was like, that's a good time to go and get it out the system, and I think about, like, the age that I got adopted at 10 years old, which was money, because, I got to experience Ghana and I got to grow up there, and then I come here at 10 and I get to live a completely new life and experience a whole different world. And it's just been amazing. And the people who have, come into my life at perfect timing, you know, that I was just like, dang, like they saved my life at this point, you know, even my adopted parents, like they came in at a perfect time, you know, Lynn and Nick, they came in at a perfect time. And it's like all these people who have come into my life, and my mentor, he came in at a perfect time in my life, you know, and I'm just like, to be honest, I've always gotten what I've wanted. Like, I'll keep it a whole buck. Like, I've always gotten what I wanted. Like, being honest completely and looking at the things that I had a deep desire for, I got. And I'm not sitting here bragging about it. I'm just saying that to say that I know how lucky I am. I know how blessed I am. And I know that not everybody may be feeling as lucky as I've felt. You know, I can't speak for anyone else but myself. And I feel like I'm one of the most blessed and luckiest people to ever live on this entire universe and planet. You know, like one time I was I was riding my bike back from yoga, and it was sunny, so sunny and beautiful. And I was just like, got a wave of emotions, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I remember what my life was like in Ghana, and I'm looking at my life now in America, and it is freaking sick. Like, this is a sick story that I'm living. This story is cool. You know, because I was like, Colorado, number one, is one of the most beautiful states ever. It's so beautiful in Colorado, you know, and I'm like, who's living life like I'm living life right now? You know, like nobody's doing it up like me. And that's just, you know, my little ego is just like, I do cool stuff. I live a good life, you know, and I'm like, if I had everything I wanted right now, my life would be whack. It would be boring. Because it's like, sometimes it's not about the achievement that makes your life that much better, but it's the journey to getting what you want is what makes the story so good. If I just got dropped into this world and had millions in the bank account and a fat house, and it's like, even if I had kids and a wife, and it's like, okay, cool story, bro. What was the work that went into getting all of that? Oh, you're telling me you didn't work for it? You just got all of it handed to you? It would be whacked, you know? And that's why I've loved life so much lately, and just being appreciative of everything around me, you know? And like today I had like a 5-minute window of a surge of negative emotions come over me, and to watch myself process those emotions and release them and let it go, to get it out of my body, out of my system, was pretty awesome too. Because I've started to realize more and more that negative emotions are the easiest things to give into. It is so easy to give into negative emotions because you don't have to put effort into feeling negativity. Sometimes positivity takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work for you to go, yes, I know that I need to have an upbeat attitude, and I need to bring positivity out of myself, because some days you just ain't got it, but you have to find it, you know? And as I'm getting back to the house, I'm just like, okay, I felt these emotions, I released them, and now I move on. These are temporary emotions, you know? And now I'm sitting here making a video about gratitude. I'm thankful for my biological parents for giving me life. I'm thankful for the first 10 years of my life in Ghana that's giving me an amazing core, an amazing heart. I'm grateful for America for helping me start to fulfill my potential. I'm grateful for America for showing me all the wonderful things that life has to offer. I'm grateful for my adopted parents for getting me out of Ghana, knowing I wasn't going to do as well in Ghana. I'm grateful to Nick and Lynn for taking me in, and treating me very well and letting me kind of wild out from time to time. Truth be told, and doing the best they could. I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for myself. I'm grateful to myself for being willing to change. I'm grateful to myself for finding that sense of adventure again, for finding the will, the heart, and the courage to pursue something that from time to time seems really big and maybe hard to do. Then I'll watch a video of people who've done it, who then ease my mind, because they're like, yeah, if I had to do it all over again with all the knowledge I've got, it would take me 3 to 4 years. And I'm like, shoot, I'm giving myself 10. But I don't have all the information they have, So I'm super grateful for that. And I'm thankful to the universe for literally protecting me throughout my entire life. I feel like I'm also one of the most protected people ever. Like, actually. Like, I know I am. Because I always find myself in the most advantageous situations. It feels like all the time I'm in an advantageous situation. Even when I was in jail. Because at that point, when I went to jail, it was like a lot of shit was shifting in my life. And it wasn't going to be good for me to just be out and about. Those 10 months, 11 months, it was like, bro, you would have just been lost still. You would have been lost still. Like, sometimes doing nothing is the thing to do. Sometimes no action is the best action. Patience, waiting, letting the universe work for you. I'm starting to understand that more and more. Like, there are times where I'm just like, things will happen where I'm like, I'm going to acknowledge that, yes, I see that somebody is cooking it up for me in the story, and I'm going to let the story cook up. Because I see that sometimes I see how much life helps me when I just help myself, especially when I control my emotions. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the fact that I am able to stay in control of my emotions 90% of the time. The 10% I'm still working on. And I'm grateful that I'm seeing light in everybody, and I'm seeing light in life. I'm seeing light in the world. I'm grateful for all of that. Like, America's pretty ruthless, to be honest. America's got like a ruthless sense but it's about itself. And I see that all the time. And I know, there's a lot of stresses about where this country's going. And I'm not political. I don't know anything about politics. So please understand, I am not talking political here. I'm strictly talking about just the direction of life through my lens. And I see so much hope out here, and I'm just grateful that I see that, because it's easy to focus on the negatives and everything that could be going wrong. But the things you feed expand, and I choose to feed, I choose to feed the bright things that excite me the happy things that excite me, the opportunities that excite me, and the people that excite me. I choose to feed into all of those. And I choose to feed the universe through my good deeds and actions. And where I'm not doing so well, I'm going to do better over time at trying to get better in those areas, you know? I'm going to work on it when I'm ready. But right now, I just wanted to just say thank you to the universe for protecting me, for loving me, and for making me feel like I'm the most favorite universal child, honestly. I wake up and I do what I want. Like, it feels like I do that every day. I go to a job I like. You know, I have an amazing therapist. I love my hobbies. I love the people I interact with on a daily basis. And I love the new people that I get to meet. You know, I love all of it. So to the universe, I thank you. Yours truly, one of your favorite children, Joshua Martin, signing out.